for more on the second day of the Africa Forward Summit, we can go to France 24's Tom Canetti in Nairobi. Good morning, Tom. What can we expect from the summit today?
Well, yesterday was all about business and the private sector. And as you mentioned before, Emmanuel Macron announced 23 billion euros worth of French investment into the continent. And that was after he took the microphone off a speaker on stage and went and said that he will make order to a rowdy crowd, which turned into a viral moment. But today is all about politics. We've got more than 30 heads of state here who will hear from Antonio Guterres this morning, the UN Secretary General. And then they will meet with business leaders from Africa and France to discuss sustainable development and climate resilience. That will be followed by a working lunch where these same leaders will discuss financial architecture for Africa and how it can be reformed to further favour the continent. Finally, there will be some roundtables, themed roundtables on issues like the blue economy, which France already heavily invested, announced they will heavily invest in on Sunday, for example, with the future redevelopment of the port of Mombasa. Then we can expect the Nairobi Declaration to be signed, and finally a concert at the Kasarani Indoor Arena, which will be labelled Le Concert.
Now, this is quite a major summit. It has attracted, as you said, has attracted Western leaders and also the UN Secretary General. But there are quite a few African governments not represented. Who might they be?
That's exactly right. And that's really been sort of the elephant in the room at this summit, whether France is moving away from Francophone Africa towards Anglophone Africa with this sort of reset with the next new generation of young Africans. And that goes back to, as we just heard before, to 2017, to the French president's famous speech in Ouagadougou University, where he tried to really distance France from its neocolonial image there. But we all know what happened after that. Since then, there were coups d'etats in Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger, all with anti-French sentiments. And the French government's official position is that those three Sahel states only represent 3 out of 54 on the continent. So this is not necessarily a shift away from Francophone Africa to Anglophone Africa. And on Sunday, the French president went as far as to say that he was a true Pan-Africanist and that France regards Africa as a whole continent.